So today's video is going to be fun because it is Christmas time. So for those of you who are just tuning in to view me this holiday season, I know I was very MIA this fall. A lot of that honestly had to do with work because I did a lot of fashion shows and stuff like that. So with that being said, I've learned a lot of fun techniques and I've kind of learned how to simplify faces while still getting like a really strong look, and more or less I want to create something wearable for you guys that still strongly is in the vein of editorial and creativity while being wearable. We all know we have a great deal of parties to go to, a great deal of family to see, and it's always great to be home for the holidays, whatever that home for you is or might be. So with that being said, I think when it comes to creating a look, regardless if you want to be more editorial or more fun and fresh, we want something that photographs well because these are memories to have forever. Looking back on it, whether we like our makeup or our outfit or not, we don't want that to overshadow the awesome, fun memories. We want our look to stand the test of time in the sense that if you put your makeup on in the morning, it still looks great at night. And that's why I don't like to do a very heavy, full cakey face. We're actually using tinted moisturizer today, which is very simple to create a more medium look with by adding concealer. So you have like a great, fresh face. And in the winter time, our skin has a tendency to be a little bit more dry. So it's always good to be, very vigilant with the skincare, the masks, the remedies, the scrubs. And tinted moisturizer is actually a really beautiful thing for winter dry skin. So I definitely love the products I chose, and for this particular one, because the skin looks very fresh and healthy and glowy, and when you put on like nice thin layers of everything that you're doing, it actually will last longer than doing very thick, caked up, built up layers of makeup. And the focus is on the eyes. So, for the holidays, we're always, eating and drinking, and we don't want to have to retouch our makeup or make sure that the red lip is not smeared all the way up to our nose. And so it's one reason I thought it'd be fun to do a red shimmery smoky eye. I haven't done like a fun, really colorful look in a while, so I definitely wanted to take that into consideration when creating Christmas looks for you guys, because I do know that red smoky eyes aren't typically something I gravitate to even during the holidays. So to get started on today's look, I'm going to go ahead and take my Andalou Naturals 1000 Roses toner, and we're going to go ahead and spritz that on. This is going to help with the potential of hydrogen, so all the serum and the moisturizer soaks into the skin just a little bit better. So for eye cream, I'm going to be taking the Mad Hippie eye cream, and the little goes a long way with this. So we're just going to put this all over the lid and all over like the entire occipital bone and just kind of lightly brush that in. So next I'm going to be taking the Avisia Organics Davidson Plum Sea Serum, and it's just a clear liquid. Just a clear liquid. I'm going to take that and massage it into the skin. And this is an anti-ager with vitamin C derived from plums in it. So that's my serum. Next we're going to be taking the Avisia Organics Day Moisturizer. I like that this is in a pump. It's a little bit more hygienic so you don't have to get your fingers in the jar, although I do kind of take a little spatula to scoop that out to keep mine cleaner. But I do like the pumps. Very few brands make it in a pump anymore because it's anti-aging. You want to take it all the way down the neck so all this skin stays as uniform. Taking the BareMinerals BB Advanced Performance 5-in-1. This is the shade Luminous Pearl, and it's just a very glistening white. So you don't need that much of this. This is actually a thinner consistency than the one I was taking before, which was Candlelit Peach. So this one spreads out a little bit further, and then of course you don't want it to be super frosty white. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that. A little goes a long ways with a cream shadow or an eyeshadow base. So for today's look, I'm going to be taking the Furless pigment, and this is the shade Oppress. And the beautiful beauty of this shadow is that it's kind of a fun cranberry-esque color. And we're just going to dip into that pot and tap away the little excess, especially if you've already done your face, you don't want any fallout. So with most loose pigments, especially shimmers, they do have a tendency to have just a dab of fallout. So if you're doing this on somebody else, you can always scoop a little bit of the pigment onto like a little color plate or napkin or whatever, or even do that for yourself if you want to just keep your jar just a little bit cleaner longer. Okay, so for the eyeshadows today, I'm going to be taking Makeup Geek, and we're going to start off with Vanilla Bean, and this is going to go directly underneath the eyebrow arch. So it kind of works as our base tone and concealer, but I don't like to put the base tone all over the lid because the 5-in-1 BB cream shadows kind of do dry to a lightweight powdery finish. So the next color I'm going to be taking here is Frappe. And Frappe is this warm nudie color. So we want to take that, since we're kind of going into the warms, the fun warms, we kind of want to keep that momentum there. So the transition color, which blends the edge of the pigment or creates sort of a contour in the socket line, what have you, or even just creates a little bit of smoke. Tone to look very nice with no ridges. Nothing should have a sharp edge and a smoky eye. You can go back into Vanilla Bean and just once again clean up that pretty frappe color. Once we get our eyebrows on, it'll look a lot more. What I'm going to be taking for this look is Razzleberry, also from Makeup Geek, and we're just going to go ahead and blend that into the outer corner of the eye. And we're just going to be doing a really fun, like lifted, kind of a high smoky V shape in the outer corner of the eye. And that's going to create a cat eye shape, more or less, without going into winged liner. So you kind of already have that flawless shape. And this is just going to add a touch more red to the Furless Oppressed Loose Pigment. Furless Oppressed Loose Pigment was like a true cranberry, and this is like a true kind of like candy red color. So this will just kind of make it a little bit more festive. I think a red smoky eye is fun to wear regardless of the time of year if it's something that you want to rock, but definitely a little bit more fun to wear for sure during the holiday season. I want to be taking in this that I want to be taking, you don't have to take it, correction, and it is a sparkly brown. It has gold reflex in it. Now I know a lot of you guys are already going to have a color like this in your stash, so that's kind of the beauty of me taking this color today. It comes in a lot of palettes, so I mean, you could even skip the Razzleberry and go straight into this after doing the transition color if you don't have like a very, very hot, you know, vibrant red or very, very intense vibrant red pigment. You can definitely, you know, even do a rose gold. The look will not be this per se, but you can still work with what you have to do the shape. I love sometimes looking at people's tutorials and you know, deciding what I would have tweaked, what I could have added to make it my own, and in the end sometimes you end up just using a look for inspiration and you take away a technique. So that's always a fun thing for sure, because that's why we watch tutorials. I don't ever go on YouTube and like refilm somebody's like tutorial or anything like that, but it's always fun to try new things when you, after watching people's videos. I'm going to be taking what is this? I know it's not rose gold. Oh, it's Cosmopolitan. That is one strong ass Cosmopolitan. So we're just gonna be taking yeah, most Cosmopolitans are literally that color. I mean, that's like when you're done. So next I'm taking Cosmo again. We're gonna travel a little outside the lines. It's gonna get smoky. We're not gonna leave this all here, don't worry. Next I'm gonna be taking Butter London's Black Jack pencil, and we're just going to draw a line right there in the waterline. The one thing I do like about taking a black or rimming with a black pencil is that you're bringing the attention back to the eyes because you're bordering like this very harsh color away from the iris of the eye, the white of the eye. So it kind of makes a color that you may not expect to look good on you kind of like always appropriate. I'm just gonna take my finger now. This is kind of my secret to success on making sure my pencil doesn't bleed. And I'm just gonna smoke that out. Add a little bit of fun. So I'm gonna go into Razzleberry. Just because it's the color a lot of people wouldn't think to use. They wouldn't want this whole area to look kind of like irritated. Taking Cosmopolitan. And then just fluffing out the edges. We're gonna go back in one more time and clean up. And the reason I cleaned up in the first place was because we did need to remove a little bit of Razzleberry before placing down Cosmopolitan. Whenever I think of raspberry, I think of 13 going on 30. Razzle Red. So I'm just gonna go ahead now and take the makeup remover wipe again, and we're just going to clean that up again. When we get the face on, you'll see how fun it can really be. I'm trying to record some of these Christmas tutorials so I have some fun looks for you guys, and also just to get back into the swing of things, since I'm not quite sure, you know, what fun stuff to talk about. It's been an interesting end of the year. So let's do a flick of color. So we're just going to and this is the Milani Tech liquid liner. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and take Cosmo. We're gonna go ahead now and take the BareMinerals Primetime Mascara, or Primetime Primer. Wow, so off. So we're just gonna go ahead and blend that onto the skin. After we've allowed the actual skincare to soak in. Now the primer from BareMinerals is actually nice because it does have a jojoba oil in it and it's not silicone based, so it is fairly good choice for sensitive skin unless your skin is too oily for jojoba oil. Next I'm going to be taking the BareMinerals Complexion Rescue. So next I'm going to be taking the 6 Plus Flat Top Kabuki. You don't want to use a sponge for Complexion Rescue because it has coconut water in it, so it will absorb into your brush too easily. So we're going to be taking BareMinerals Well Rested, and this is going to go onto face. Next up, we're going to be taking Hydrating Veil. If you have a tendency to get like any concealer creasing underneath the eyes, because that eyelid area is so thin and delicate, sometimes concealers just kind of crease there. Hydrating Veil has rice and water in it, so it not only leaves a cooling effect on the face, but it actually also is nice because it helps stop the creasing. Next up, I'm going to be taking BareMinerals Lash Domination Mascara. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead now and take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Gel in the shade Caramel. And we're just going to fill in the brow so it doesn't look so scarce. So now that the face is on, oh, and we're nice and neutral now. See, it looks good in the daylight too. It's not too over the top. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of sun. A little sun, sorry. I always call it a little bit. I don't get like a commission every time I come on YouTube and show you how I'm using it. But a lot of my faces of the days are like, I'm going to work, here's some BareMinerals that I'm wearing. So kind of want to show you guys some little things I've come up with. But I know there's a lot of stuff I still have to learn because I think my coordinator talked about even using the 5-in-1 BBs as eyeliners. I think it's bomb and I need to try it. One thing I do like about loose products and why I loved Pumpkin Poppy all those years is you can pretty much turn loose minerals into just about anything. And the fact that they are loose powder, they do, you know, condense and look, you know, fuller and more prominent. They're more hygienic. There's a lot of reasons I like to use loose minerals. yeah, I'm gonna take Pure Radiance. I thought about using Makeup Geek's Moonface since we're using Makeup Geek today, but I don't know if I want to do the green highlighter with the red smoky eye. I should, because I'll look back on this a year later and be like, dude, you should have just did it. But it's okay. Pure Radiance is actually a really fun, bubbly champagne color. So if you're watching this post-Christmas and it's New Year's, this is a great highlighter. Taking one of my favorite blushes now, and I do like powder blushes because they do become one with the skin. And not just this one, Pumpkin and Poppies also become one with the skin if you're looking into mineral blushes. But this is Golden Gate Radiance, and this was on sale for $10 on Black Friday. Very few places now currently have it. I hope it becomes a permanent blush. But if you can't get ahead of Golden Gate Radiance, you can use Lovely from BareMinerals. You can use Golden Gate with a mix of Pure Radiance to get this exact color, because this is Golden Gate Radiance, which is a highlighter for dark skin, but on us fair girls, it's a straight blush. So I did want to share it if some stores, packages, whatever, still have it available. It depends, because every store has their popular items and every store has their unpopular items. So I'm now going to take BareMinerals Borderline. This is from their Gen Nude collection. I love these because they look so natural and they really stop the feathering. That's on a natural lip. See how much more pretty and pronounced it looks without a harsh line. Next, I'm going to be taking BareMinerals Pink Passion. This is a lip oil. They're still available at Ulta, because we all know lip oils were the craze this summer. They may not have caught on with the beauty community, but I don't know if you guys have ever tried like Clarins lip oils. My friend works for Clarins and she gave me a sample of theirs. Lip oils are a beautiful thing. I think Milani has lip oils too. Very pretty. So you could go all monochromatic status with I love that actually. It's actually a very pigmented lip oil. I don't know why these didn't do well, but they're, like I said, they're still available at Ulta. And if you get the Countdown to Gorgeous at Macy's or Ulta, you can have actually all the colors in this miniature size, and these are actually bigger even than this. This has all of them. So we'll use these later this winter. But yeah, fun stuff. There we go. Yeah, for those of you who are wondering why I went so short again, a lot of my hair was damaged and painfully retaining water. And between working all the jobs I'm working, it just wasn't working. So, and I think I finally got like this stain off the back of my neck. For those of you who didn't see my Christmas cat eye video, I am loving the hair. In some ways this is choppier and shorter than the 2010 Cosmetic Couture, but not quite. The back is not, or the sides are not taken off. So